Hello guys, so we are now from this video we are now into the programming part. So first in this video we will learn about what are variables and basic data types in Kotlin. So the first thing is what is a variable? Like what the name suggests, like variable. So it's something which can vary. Like if you want to store some data, if you want to store a number, if you want to store a string, or if you want to store a text, anything, you need a place or a box to store something. So that thing is a variable. So you can, I'll just show you a picture that you will understand better. So this one, see this thing. So this is a picture. You can see this. So for defining a variable, we use this thing val, and then we write the variable name, and then these things I'll talk later. So basically, what is a variable? So it is a box in which you store some value, right? So the value may be an integer like a digit or a character or a text, something, anything. So that is called a variable. This total box with the value is called a variable. So how do we have access a variable? So now you have a box, you write a name in it, like what do you store? So you stored 50 apples in it. So you write over the box that the apples are 50 apples. So this is a box of apple, or this is a box of oranges, anything. So that is called a variable name. So these are the basic things you need to know before declaring a variable. One thing is the keyword. So for declaring a variable, we use a keyword called var or var. There are two keywords which we use, and what are the differences between them we'll know later. So just basically, what is a variable? So it is a box in which a value is stored. So it is a data, or it is a place where the value of anything, any value is stored. So that is called a variable. So in Kotlin, we define a variable like this. We write the keyword. If you can just create a new file. Just create a new file. Write variable. Now write the main function. Inside it, we will, now if you want to store some value, you have to store it in a variable, right? Now how do we do it? Basically, we use a keyword. What is the keyword? That's val or var. These are the two keywords we use. So what's the difference between? We'll see later on. But basically, how to do that? So now we'll use the var keyword. So var means variable. You can understand that, right? Then let's give a name. So you want to box, you want to access the 50 apples. You want the 50 apples. So you need to write, you need to have a name of the box, right? There may be hundreds and thousands of boxes. Then what will you access? What will you take? You have to check, open and check all the boxes to check. Okay, this one is orange. Okay, this one is apple. But no. We have for easing our purpose, what do we do? We write a name on the box and then just take it and open it, right? So what here we'll do, we give a variable that plays a name. So the name is given like this. Any name, you can give any name. Just I'll give age. Okay, let's take age. I want to store my age in a variable. Now what we'll do, now the age is given. Now you want to store something in it. Okay, this is an empty box. Right now this is an empty box. Now if you want to store something in it, you need to equalize it. So we do the equal symbol and just write. So example, my age, okay, 20, let's take it 21, and I'll write just 21, and then okay, this is done. So this is called initialization of a variable. This is, you are creating a variable, then giving it a value. Now if you want to print a variable now, so as we know, if to print anything, we use this println or print statement. Now what is the thing in it? Now how do we access this number, this 21? By we access any variable's data or value using its name. So if I want to print the number in it, like 21, if I want to print 21, so I'll write age. Now this is called accessing a variable. So we access a variable with its name. So now let's run it and see it. So as you can see, the age or the number 21 is printed. Now if I change the value and like 250 to anything, I give the value and just run it again, then it will print the value whatever it is in the variable. So this is called a variable. It may be any type. If you want to have a string in it, so like a text, so like my name, okay, you want to have your name in it, and you can give the variable name as the name. Okay, here we'll give some variable name, Tony, anything, maybe whatever you want, and write just the name. So we will access the Tony or the name, the string or the text with this name. So just what we'll do, we'll again run the program and let's see what's the output now. Okay, so basically it will print whatever it is in the variable. So what's in the variable is this text. So it is just printing the text here. Now, so this is called a variable. Now you understood how to initialize and name a variable. Now there are two types of variable in Kotlin. One is mutable variables, another is immutable. So there are, as I said, there are two keywords in Kotlin to create a variable. One is var and one is val. So what's the difference and why two? So let's write the two variables. So I'll write again val name2 is equals to some other name. Okay, I'll you give whatever you name you want, and just so these two do the same thing, right? So if I print the same thing and if I print it again and name it as name2, and if I run this program, just see what it will print. It will print the name of the variable and then this thing also. So what's the difference between these and these? See, it printed Tony and name both. So what is the difference here? Now, if I want to change, I want to like, I thought that no, I don't want Tony and I want to have some another name. Okay. So what I can do here? I'll do name. I'll use the variable name and change its value from Tony to suppose Rahul. So this I am doing this thing. Then what it is happening here, now what it will print, instead of Tony, it will print Rahul, because here the name of the variable, the container, the box contained Tony as a name. But after I changed here, the box that deleted the Tony, and instead of that they kept Rahul in the box. So what is happening here? Well, while printing, I got Rahul as the name. Now what if I change this one to name2? So if I write that name2 equals to something, anything you can write. So just see here, it is already giving a error that val cannot be resigned. So this is actually the difference between immutable and mutable. Here the var keyword is mutable and the val keyword is immutable. So what is the difference here is that this one is mutable, means it can be changed. You can change the value of it. So the var keyword's value is going to change here, but the val keyword value, as it is immutable, You can't change the value once assigned. Now you just assigned it as a name. Now you have to use it all throughout the file, throughout your program as this thing only. Or if you want to change, you can change it here. But anywhere else in the program, you can't change the value of the val keyword. So this was the difference between val and var keyword and variable. So in the next video, we'll talk about data types. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe.